collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need? Shadowread for this full moon in Aries to new moon in Scorpio, October 2022. I am your reader. Mark, Angelo, Lyons, Mal, for short, they're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive. President of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 years of service at the time of this recording. Very happy to say that. Always touches my heart a bit. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It's available on Kindle. You can preview it in the link in the description box. I'm also a creator on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle is the best career move I've ever made as a mystical artist, a spiritual teacher, a reader, a clairvoyant empath, blah, 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 blah. Very happy to be there. My patrons can live stream with me every morning on an unlisted YouTube live stream link and chat with me. We talk about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, ending with a little prayer, a little blessing with a cup of coffee from the couch, you know, in my bathrobe. It's great fun. They get advanced stuff that the rest of the world will see eventually, usually a week ahead of everybody else, as well as they get exclusive content. We're doing Zoom classes there now, which is great. We record it, so if they miss it at the time, they can watch it. We just did one the other night with Ho'oponopono. It was a field day. As well as they have access, all my subscribers have access not just to the morning streams, but to all of the extended readings, all the part 2s that are not on YouTube, right? YouTube part 1, Vimeo on demand if you want to pay-per-view. Certainly people have been, and thank you if you have. But certainly if you want all of them, regardless of level of subscription, just go check the link and come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. That really just call me Mal. Hey, my aqua lungs, my aquariums. I hope you are well. I have so many Aquarian friends. Just doing some breath work. I always do before I do a video or reading here. So my energy is clear and I'm tuned, and the guides are, you know, the guides are always there. I'm just making sure I'm clear and open to them, for them to work through here. So a bunch of them popped into my mind. Let's see if any of this pertains to them. Of course, I won't mention that, although I do love giving people shout outs here and there, particularly by nickname. So if you're new to the channel, it's very simple. 8-card draw, 1 card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, a lunar timeline, a waning lunar timeline from full to new October 2022. Let's have a look-see-duck-see. Full moon in Aries tomorrow at the time of this recording. Sunday, October 9th, 4:55 a.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York, and when the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek, but then get ready for the waning part of it, the releasing, the surrendering, the forgiving, the paring down, the letting go, the surrender, the sacrifice, as well as in the language of spiritual alchemy, the alchemy from shadow to light is lead to gold, right? From toxic to healthy, lead to gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. I feel like I say this 10 billion times a day because I do. So the process of waning that, right? Burning off, transforming, forgiving, what have you, in a general read. So you're doing all of that to prepare for, get this, a new moon on Scorpio. It only happens once a year, obviously, unless it's a new blue, whatever, a blue new. Tuesday, October 25th, 6:49 a.m., both early mornings, I have to say, Eastern time. But think about that, cleaning the field, right? Clearing it out, doing the alchemy, shifting lead to gold, insulator to conductor, right? And then planting a Scorpio seed on a Tuesday morning. That's hot. Let's see. So, like I said, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information about the timeline we're about to look at, because your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus can have different takes on the same event or series of events, as well as you could have 4 different areas of your life that are all interconnected, that we all need to do a little shadow work. And there are good links in the description box. 2 in particular I think I have down there. The Shadow Effect featuring Debbie Ford. It's a documentary. It's like The Secret, but for shadow work. A great introduction and a pretty decent spectrum of opinions on it too, which I think is cool. The other is the 7 Scene Mirrors, ESSENE Mirrors. A lecture by Greg Braden, which is about the mirroring process. It's cool, so go check it out. I know the fixed air sign, something else that you can, and it's out of the box stuff for sure, but I think incredibly helpful. So yeah, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, even the cross watchers, because if you apply this information to yourself, you're going to heal. You're going to do what's indicated to the best of your ability, right? You're not just doing that for yourself, you're doing it for the Aquarian you're cross-watching for and the entire collective. Because unity, just cope. That's how it is, whether we're aware of it or not, apparently. So enough of explanation. I know it's a lot, but there are new people. Got to keep that in mind. And let's get to divination. Please take a nice deep breath. And plus, it's the guides, like, giving me the words. What are you going to do? This stage in the game. Still point. And here we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call to the collective pantheons of the divine, the angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the general assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, the spirit animals, totems, Lord Ganesh, the elephant-headed Hindu god of prosperity, success, and removing obstacles, as well as the delegation from the pantheons of all pantheons, of all traditions, lineages, and cultures. Please, what's the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the head? I'm over here, honey. It's called feline intervention. Did you hear that? Come here, bugger. I think that's Melchior, I think. If my cats are not okay, I will pause this and maybe start this over. But I think we're okay. Come here, baby. Oh, man. I think it's just a where are you meow, but we'll see. Anyway, my gut says it's fine. Let's just roll with it. So, sorry to be interrupted by feline intervention, but, you know, mama ears. Pantheons of the divine, please, clean and simple. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the head of the Aquarian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers, determining the electromagnetic fields and all the other chakras, what they attract, what they repel, so that they can alchemize this soul power. Theirs for a reason, season, or a lifetime. Maybe someone they're dealing with, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This full to new October 2022, the Mediator. Good. Sorry, that took a while. Like you saw, you heard it, if you heard it. The Mediator is one of the wisdom family archetypes, which I like for air signs in general. The shadow attribute written on the card represents the lead, the stuff you don't want to look at, don't want to deal with. If you are looking at or dealing with it, you don't want anybody else to know about it, so you're keeping it in the shadow. The gold, the light, what you are shooting for, and as you heal this in your own journey, you heal it in everybody. So the shadow attribute of the mediator. I grew up in a litigious family, lawyers and all of that, so I know what a mediator is. Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. It's like having a thumb on the scale. Right? You're going in with an agenda. That doesn't happen on planet Earth, except since we started being humans in the game. What we're shooting for here, the gold hidden in the lead, indicates a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of the argument. And I will say Aquarians are brilliant strategists, at least the ones I know. You know, lead or gold, you know, the thumb on the scale or not, who knows. But I like that. That feels good, right? So there are probably other people involved, right? Unless you're dealing with a mediator, like I said, but this isn't just a job. This is an archetype that has existed on the planet for a very long time. How about mediators and families, right? No one even calls them mediators, but they are. Yeah. All right, so we're going to get the next 4 chakras down. As I said, the 8th chakra sends down the archetypal code to the other chakras, kind of shifting it so that Well, so that your electromagnetic field shifts, so that you tend to attract and repel the things that you need, so that you heal, so you no longer delay what cannot be prevented, but you have free will to do shadow work or not. That's why throat chakra, we're going to look at heart, throat, third eye chakra, at a minimum, is the choice to delay what cannot be prevented or not. So the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, feminine energy, yin dynamic, the personal world, the interior world. I'm just riffing until they tell me to shuffle all this time. So let's do this. Still point. Breathe. Yeah, okay. I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the East. Please, beloved wise ones, one card in clarity for the Aquarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of inside of themselves in their psychological world, their feminine energy, heart, third eye, crown, spiritual, mental, willpower, and emotional power? Excuse me. Willpower. What's going on? Dominant chakra. What do they need to be aware of to do the alchemy, to do the shadow work with this mediator in the 8th? This full to new, October 2022. The Hermit, the Wise One, all 4 chakras, Major Arcana card in a 5 card, 8 card, whatever card draw. If it's chakra based, which these are, then it's all 4 at once. You are not, this is so, I mean, I know everybody calls it the Virgo card and I get why. I'm a Virgo, trust me, I'm well aware, have the archetype pretty strong. But the idea of it being high up in the air on their own like a satellite, Aquarians, they're ruled by Uranus. You know, such a story. It's a root chakra story. Very, very, very third eye and crown chakra. So they tend to not just pull back, they tend to pull up, right? They do see things from a higher place, to think outside the box. Now, as a mediator there, the wisdom archetype with the wise one, literally that's what they call this. It's the Kaliach. It's the Kaliach. Riding the gray horse over what looks like Stonehenge or some stone circle, carrying a crystal-tipped wand, right? So that's really the element of air there, holding that focus, that intention from a higher place, fixed air. So feeling that. So there's some inside stuff going on, and it's not just inner knowledge, it's also further in, higher up, whatever that is, in C.S. Lewis's last book of the Chronicles of Narnia. Last battle? Something like that? Final battle? Yeah, we got some feline activity going on. I will stop this video and turn this car around, young man. You want to come sit? I love my work, and I love my boys. Both are true. All right, please take a nice deep breath. Let's get them lower 3 chakras. Still point. I hear you. Got it. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the East, please, beloved ones, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Lower 3 chakras, masculine energy from the outside, looking at them from the inside, looking out at a person, place, or thing, relationships in the physical world, root chakra, groups, tribes, anything 3 or more that they are involved in, from all of humanity to circle of friends, is a tribal relationship. Second chakra, one-on-one relationship to another person or thing, money, sex, power, solar plexus, relationship to self in the world, self-esteem, self-image, self-esteem as a verb. So important to interpret and say that correctly. Self-esteem as a perpetual verb in the solar plexus, our boundaries, our honor code, what we will, what we won't, what we do, what we don't. What do you got for them? My gods of air, Aquarius, powers of the East. For the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers, so that they can do this shadow work, alchemizing the mediator in the 8th with the wise one, the hermit on the inner. This full to new October 2022, and you've got a court card, and you've got the Sagittarius card, the Knight I keep want to say flames from that deck, but no, in this deck that would be Wands. The Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, galloping in Bellerophon, the Greek hero, riding Pegasus. Look, I mean, come now. We've got the Celtic and the Greek saddled up and flying in the air. Okay, all right. Really, my 4 greatest skills, I've been saying this a lot, I think it's more of an affirmation for me. My greatest skills are, I know what I'm talking about. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12 years old. I'm 54. Yeah, I know I don't look at things. I know what I'm talking about. Number 2, the gods put the right cards in my hand. And number 2 is completely dependent upon number 1. The other is I'm fun as fuck as a reader. When I read, particularly shadow raids, we try and go start high. And I have cool hair. That's it. That's what I thought. Those are my qualifications. That's what's at the bottom of my resume. Special skills. Okay, so look, the Sagittarius energy, this mutable fire, if that's you from the outside looking at yourself on the horizontal plane, you're going for it. Very solar plexus, very charge ahead, mutable fire, changing fire. You have all sorts of desires, all sorts of things that you want to do here. I would just be very, very clear of any hidden agendas going on. So yeah, honor code stuff, absolutely solar plexus dominant. I would put that with fire. Now, if this is someone outside of you, in this sense, particularly masculine energy, this is about the physical world. This is a relationship with someone that may or may not, I certainly don't think needs to be, a Sagittarius, because, you know, what if they have, you know, an outer planet in Sagittarius, and that's what they're talking about? Who knows, right? Do you run everybody's chart? You can't. I mean, I guess you could, but whatever. Not many people know their birth time, so without the ascendant, why bother? Kidding, sort of. So this could be, you know, the player, as we hear, that Sagittarian energy. 9th house, expansion, though. You know, that idea of expanding the mind through learning and philosophy and spirituality, big time. But also a lot of different desires going on here. And for an Aquarian, inspiration too, right? Spirituality, 9th house. Travel, but not necessarily just in external travel, internal as well. And as the hermit, that's probably more the case. I mean, astral travel, you want to go there, you go there. Just remember your silver cord to get back. Then this is certainly making sense. But to see and to make a wise thing here with the Mediator, it do make sense. Just keep an eye on not just what you want, but why you want it. Because yes, knowing what you want is important, but that's the caboose. Why you want it is the engine. That's what drives it. So that's where archetypes come into play. The why. The motivation. If you're unaware of it, that means it's in the shadow. Like, why? Go deep. And use that brilliant Aquarian mind, if this is really you, to apply whatever metaphysical, spiritual, who's-y, what's-this that floats your boat, right? That lights your fire, so to speak. Let's get you a healing mantra from the MatCon Healing Mantra deck, because it's helpful to use something particularly, I would think, as a fixed air sign to focus the mind, fixed air, on something that heals you, right? You can do little bit by bit by bit over a 2-week period, you know, a little bit every day. Let's see what hits the table. Breathe. Still point, because I think the energy just turned. All right. I call upon the Ascended Masters of Wisdom. I got a Wisdom family archetype. Please, beloved, there's a lot of you, all of you, technically, are Ascended Masters of Wisdom, but please, the ones that can help here, please, one card. In clarity, the perfect healing mantra for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross-Watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. What is a perfect healing mantra to help them? Alchemize the Mediator archetype in the 8th chakra, the Hermit on the inner, Sagittarius, Knight of Wands on the outer. This full to new October 2020. 20 to leave the card in my hands. That's the one. Rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. I told you the energy turned. It was like, and now, maybe not for something completely different, but certainly that's why I try and start the shadow reads high. I try and start all of them fun, but then, you know, you got to go with it. So look, obviously rewiring the nervous system sounds good. And by the way, most of the Aquarians I know are very technically apt, right? Just rewiring in general. They understand it better than I ever could, at least in my experience. So you finding strength in surviving your trauma. Since I have so many Aquarian friends and I've known so many of them for so long, I know what they've been through. And it depends on the definition of traumatic. By the way, I was raised to believe the word traumatic meant a wound that could not be healed, an injury that could not be healed, traumatic brain injury, stuff like that. But it seems to have become a little bit more fluid in the past decade or so in terms of that part of it, of whether or not it can be healed, where we survive them, right? So rewiring the nervous system, because it is true, but this is another free will thing. I just skipped over it. I find strength in surviving my traumas if you choose. And that's what's going on the inside. And you know what? Nobody needs to know. However, what's this mediator about, right? In keeping this in balance, in keeping it fair, in keeping it wise, with respect for both sides of an argument. That's political, that's global, right? That's relational. It's all three chakras, seriously. So let me read you what Mr. Matt Kahn has to say. When the nervous system is rewired, you are no longer trapped in the memories of your body. Big time. You are the courageous hero or heroine of your present reality, honoring every moment of hardship as the means through which your infinite strength and greatest depth of character is revealed. There's the alchemy. From lead to gold, you're on a hero's journey. I mean, everybody is, but makes sense. Go in, do the hermit, right? And get really, 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 really clear with the way you canter forth on the Knight of Pentacles. The four knights of the tarot move at different speeds, like gallop, canter, trot, and walk. Sagittarius is trot. Hot too, let's hope. As you rewire your nervous system, you're no longer responding to life from the vantage point of your painful past, but instead are open to each encounter being more miraculous than the moment before. And I have to say, who ain't got trauma in that context, right? So here's an opportunity for big healing for you. But that mediator thing, I'm wondering if this has to do with stuff that's legal as well. Just it's my immediate connotation to the word is particularly in divorce proceedings. Let's see, where are we? Oh, this mantra is ideal for adjusting to life after loss, healing heartbreak, who hasn't needed that, and becoming more optimistic, which then certainly lends itself to that Sagittarian, Jupiterian ruled outlook. Rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas, because it's true, it's soul strength. The ego may not agree. I think the personality will see it in retrospect, location, 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 but that's why I'm saying the lead holds gold in it. There's a hidden blessing, and that'll be our last card down. Looking at the hidden blessing, a bit more of the gold. Let's ask the higher selves. Higher selves of all involved, not just youth. There's other people involved in this, usually with a mediator, one would think. Their higher selves as well. Let's see what hits the table with the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's see if the party turns. Still point. Yeah, I get the heroic aspect of this really clear in the solar plexus. As I was a hero, Bellerophon, he was a hero. Please, I call to the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers watching this video and receiving this reading? The information, inspiration, insight needed so they can alchemize the mediator. Hermit on the inner, Knight of Wands on the outer, rewiring their nervous system, gaining strength from surviving their traumas. This full to new, October 2022. Listen with your heart. Listen with your heart. You're listening to what is being said, Aquarius, but you need to listen with a loving heart, which is about empathy, right? It's empathy to at least what you're feeling, right? Isn't it funny? You can empath yourself in that way. It's like, do you have empathy for yourself, the compassion? And, you know, hence, no one has to know you're doing this, right? Not if you're, like, cantering forth into the fray, right? If this is you from the outside looking in at yourself, then, you know, you're being gregarious. You're out there. You're doing things. You are surviving your traumas. You're still here. And give yourself some credit looking back. That's listening to the heart. Give yourself some credit. Look, you've survived it. Look how strong you are. I know, it sounds like a pep talk, but actually, once you start really realizing it's already real, you're just making that real for yourself, it's quite healing. It's quite healing. It's quite a use of self-esteem as a verb, to re-estimate yourself in that way and go, holy, you know what? And not be a martyr about it. That's the tricky part. That's always the tricky part. Okay, so listen with your heart, even in conversations, but also because you got the Hermit here, listen from that loving place. All right. The Divine Animals Oracle, the Spirit Animals, and Totems, they're not the same thing. All of the dogs that played the character Lassie are each a spirit animal. Just to clarify, this is how I learned it. A totem. The totem of the dog, that's all dogs as one spirit, soul, force. You got me? Yeah. So we all got them. We all got them around us all the time. So if you're going to be a hero on the hero's journey here, why not have your battle cat E-Man? Right? Superboy had crypto, which every time I hear cryptocurrency, I think of Superboy and his dog crypto. So let's see who's helping you with the Divine Animals Oracle message from Stacy DeMarco. Please take a nice deep breath. Because this is the best pantheon to tune to. Still point. As I call to the pantheon of the animal kingdom, the spirit animals and totems, please, for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please leave the card in my hand. Who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who walks with them, giving them the support, the protection, the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power to alchemize this mediator in the 8th, Hermit on the inner, Sagittarian Knight of Wands on the outer, rewiring the nervous system by listening with an open heart. This full to new October 2022. That was nice and clean. The Peacock. Who just got this? Who just got this? Sagittarius got this. Yeah. Lakshmi. Peacock. Believe me, you want me to you want a reader to get the right card. And it is an intuitive process. And when you think it's one and it's two, nah. Just saying. There. That was your tarot teacher moment from Angelo, Lyons for short. Lakshmi, the peacock, prosperity, fresh in my energy field. Good. I want my aqua lungs to prosper. Absolutely, I do. This thing all works so damn hard. The artists, you know, just kind of putting your stuff out there, cranking away. It's not the easiest thing in the world, right? Sorry, what number? Oh, 39. Curly Q letters. Fancy font. Oh, you're all fancy with your fancy font. Shake your tail feather. Prosperity. Card number 39, Peacock. Prosperity is coming to you. A flow of abundance is on its way. Expect a new income stream. Loving that. Clear the energy in your house. Your home or office. Do not be afraid of success. You can rise from difficult circumstances. Well, okay. Now this brings, prosperity doesn't just mean money, but they are talking about an income stream here. So if that is the case and there's a mediator involved, then What role do you play in that, right? Is this your prosperity? Are you mediating for between two people's prosperity? But remember, prosperity isn't just about money. Proserpina, the Roman goddess of spring, who is Persephone, right? This is where, you know, which word came first? I don't know. I probably incarnated back then. I just don't remember. I do have my Akashic Records library card, though. Activated. Everybody has one. Just, have you activated it? I'm going to read you Peacock Magic. Fun to say. Peacock magic is shimmering and rich. It is the energy you call upon when you need more abundance in all areas of your life. See, that's what I mean. It's not just about money. You can throw money at a lot of stuff and it'll help. It might make it easier. It doesn't necessarily make it better. Work. Speak. Preach. Like the goddess Lakshmi, the peacock represents beauty and pure light. So when you need to clear your space, call upon this iridescent power. So there is something there about clearing space. It just, this feels a little bit more like energetic space, but certainly your home, your office, right? Clear it out. It's a waning moon. Perfect time to do it. You know, while you listen to your heart. Hey, maybe you're gonna Marie Kondo the place. Get rid of anything that don't spark joy, including people. Maybe. Depends on how this mediation goes. All right, Lord Ganesh, let's remove some obstacles here. As I said, 3 more atoms here than here. Move from lead to gold. See those atoms in the language of spiritual alchemy as obstacles here. Lord Ganesh, elephant-headed Hindu god of prosperity, right? Abundance, and mostly known as the remover of obstacles. That's what this deck seems to be tuned to. Please take a nice deep breath. Hey, it's a weird job, but someone's got to do it, guys. Still point. But it has its benefits. And I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, remover of obstacles. Please, beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading? Do the alchemy. Remove the obstacles from lead into gold. Mediator in the 8th. The Hermit, the Wise One on the inner. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, Mutable Fire on the outer. Rewiring the nervous system, listening with their heart, with prosperity somewhere on the table here. With prosperity, for prosperity, as a result of prosperity. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power for the Aquarians and cross-watchers this full to new October 2022? Fulfillment. And this one's about knowledge. Because I think Scorpio got this one. Yep, Scorpio got this one. Fulfillment. He's reading a scroll in the picture. That is card number 6. Oh, whoa, but this is right up the Aquarian alley. Oh, look, there's a thing you can, I know y'all read the directions sometimes. Well, at least the ones I do, unless you're just one of them, they're tinkerers. Smack it till it works. Where are you? Fulfillment. There you are. Let's put you over there. Please take a nice deep breath. Gift from Ganesh. Card number 6, fulfillment. No matter what you want to do or become, you will achieve more with knowledge. Wisdom family archetype. This image of Ganesha reading the scroll is a symbol of the importance of education and the pursuit of knowledge. This might mean there is a period of increased study and learning at hand. You may find you want to inquire about a field of study that has been widely explored and choose to go to an experienced teacher to learn more. Look for someone to consult for more information. This may be a counselor, an author, a psychotherapist, or some spiritual advisor. Or me, if you want, book me. You will discover new skills from this helpful teacher as they have the wisdom to provide excellent guidance and advice. Keep in mind, there is also a wealth of information at your fingertips in books. Everything you read fills your head with new information, and you never know when it might have a practical use. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenge that lies before you. Additionally, did I miss that? Additionally, knowledge can never be taken from you, no matter what you're longing to do or become. You will benefit from gaining more knowledge. Approach this time with great curiosity and an open mind. And you know what? Sagittarius, there you go. Ooh, what does that button do? Absolutely. She had to be a Sag. She had to be a Sagittarius. She had to be. There's probably a blog, probably a video somewhere. The astrology of Dexter's lab. Okay, so far we got a mediator rewiring the nervous system for prosperity, listening to their heart and fulfillment. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to fit that in 100 characters. So let's get that last card down. Blessed Be. The Blessed Be by Lucy Cavendish. It's a blessing card deck. I love it. It's Celtic, but I consecrated it to the pantheons of all pantheons. They send a delegation. I mean, it's not all of them at once. I don't have that much room in my house. Even in the divine plane, I'm sure. Well, you know, pocket dimensions. Yeah, what are you going to do? Gods are gods. But this is the gold. We're going to look at the gold hidden within the lead, the hidden blessing. Just do your best. This is most likely what's going on the whole time, as well as what's waiting for you with, you know, your gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life with a respect for both sides of the argument. That's not the easiest thing to do, but if you fly high enough, you can see the unity in it. You can see the common ground. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Always feels like I'm talking to the UN when I do this. And someone would be, as I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please, beloved ones, one card of clarity for this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and Cross-Watcher watching this video, the hidden blessing. It's already in play holographically, right? The gold hidden within the lead, that if they just do their best, right? You know, they don't have to scrub every chakra with Brillo and bleach, right? What a highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us, particularly Aquarians, because they're the freaks of the zodiac goddess, bless them. Please, one card in clarity, what is the gold within the lead, so that they can tune into, embrace, along with their gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life with respect for both sides of the argument, with the Hermit card on the inner, going deeper in and higher up, and yet being very friendly and gregarious and going about it, kind of galloping along as they're rewiring their nervous system, because they may have realized, they have found that they already have strength from surviving their traumas as they listen to their heart, not just hearing what's being said, but to do it with an open heart, because there is prosperity here in probably all sorts of different ways, shapes, and form for them. And of course, the fulfillment is gonna be supported by their education. They're teaching themselves their knowledge. So what is the hidden blessing? This is the second time this card has come up. A blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. Now, I will say, well, who got that? Who got final breath? Ancestral companions, final breath. Scorpio got that. Oh, so Scorpio got both the fulfillment card and the final breath. And I will say, as I said in that one, particularly towards the end of it, I really felt it, that the final breath, that need not be so very literal. But I'm going to read the blessing anyway, because that's the one that hit the table. It jumped out. They're like, take that one. Is it about someone's literal physical death? Maybe. It's a general read. Particularly if there is a will involved. That is definitely a clear story, and that might not be a lot of people, but then again, it might be a lot of people, and if that is so, I am so sorry for your pain and suffering. You know, I am sorry. Please forgive the world, yourself, everyone involved, for the pain that you're in just for right now. Forgive yourself for going through that. And I highly recommend Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let me read this for you. This is what I mean about you start high, jokey, and then the last card, you know, a card hits and the party hath turned. So I'm going to read this from the bookie book. We're doing this for real. Got the crystal hardware. And at the end of the blessing, I will release the Aquarian and Crosswatcher Collective and chat a little bit at the end. A little 2-minute thing that comes and goes from my mind. Why can't I find this card? Number 45. There it is. Because it's a rough card. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blessing for whoever may need it. And again, maybe you're dealing with somebody who is dealing with this. They're crossing over. Please take a nice deep breath. Pantheons of all pantheons, please convey this blessing clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all. Use me. Someone would be. Still point. A blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. A blessing for the dying, for those who are near to passing, and for those who will tend to their passing. A blessing on your last days, dear friend. A blessing on these precious hours, and on the moments of subtle shifts and changes that now seem so infinitely precious. The light dancing on the wall, the soft murmur of loving voices, the caress of hands that honor you as you ready yourself to go into the great unknown. A blessing for this passing, so that it may be honored and respected as you wish. May there be a sense of ease and grace as you move gently from this world to the next, and may all those who love you let you go. May you know that your life was good and enough, and that any regrets you may have are no longer to be dwelt on, for you have passed your wisdom on in 1,000 unknown ways. And to say that that is completely applicable for a metaphoric, symbolic leaving one life and into another, as we all do, which is what waning moon to new moon is about. May your body feel at ease and softly breathe in and out in the presence of those who want to be with you and support you as the gateway into the next world and other lives beckon. May whatever faith you find of comfort be yours at this time, and may the kindness of others who believe in your goodness be made tangible. May whatever has separated you from loved ones no longer matter as all drops away in the final farewells. May unsaid words be understood. May all unhealed parts of you be knitted up with grace. And may anything unforgiven find a blessing in these last moments. You are a beloved one, a child of this entire world, and you were born into this life and have made of this life a blessing for many others. May all of your kindnesses, your generous moments be remembered, and may your mistakes be understood, and the wisdom of them learned by others so they need not repeat them for themselves. Know you have lived a good life, a strong life, and it has mattered, no matter how humble you have felt it to be. You have loved, and you have been loved. You have fallen and risen again. You have journeyed from the first breath to the last, and as you prepare to enter again the great cauldron of unknowing, the womb and the tomb, may your crossing be gentle, the veils part, a hand extends to you, and when you are ready, you will go. A blessing on your departure, and know that you shall live on, always in the lives of others who shall remember you. And when memory fades, your gifts will live on in mysterious ways. Farewell, dear one, and travel well into the unknown, in which you will rest until it is time to come again into your life. After life, after life, drink from the grail now, and know you are eternal. You are nearly there, beloved. Walk now into grace, and be most blessed as you take the first steps into the great mystery, particularly for those who are dealing with, will be dealing with someone crossing over in their life, hence the mediator. Really making sure that everything is done fair and balanced, because families, and I can feel that tribal stuff there, and yet them really being rather gregarious about it. But that would explain finding strength in surviving loss. So, breathe. Blessed be for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be. And so it is. Is it a heavy reading? It's an intense reading. Because in a general reading like that, it really could just as well be moving from one cycle of life to another, but in a way where there is that final breath. In other words, the final breath of a job, the final breath of a way of life, the final breath. So many ways to interpret that. So look, if it helped, if it gave you some clarity, hit the thumbs up, because I have a feeling people are not going to want to watch a reading that ends that way. But if you felt like it helped, do that. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. They're not all like that, but we had one earlier with Scorpio, so if there's a Scorpio, go check it out. And certainly if you want more of me, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, the deeper experience, the daily experience, advanced content, exclusive content, now doing Zoom classes recorded so that people can watch them later if it at the time of it. Come play Shadow Patreon. It is my gig, it is my way of helping, it is my way of healing, it is a way of getting my mystical art out into the world, and I suggest everybody check it out for themselves as a personal way of getting the support they need to do what they came in to do in this lifetime. And if you would like to book me for a private reading, easy enough to do, there's a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal but might have been afraid to ask. Otherwise, I get it. This reading, really, you have the opportunity to find great strength in here over a waning moon period, but do check out the shadow effect and the other videos in the description box. I think they would help. I love you. Hang in there. Wishing you the best and the very, very blessed, and honestly, comment if you feel like it. Hell, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.